Thank you for joining us on Black Investments Matter. I'm Antoine Anderson. We have an update on the Woody's Cheesesteak story that we were covering. Stay tuned to find out what it is. I want to get right into some of the comments that I've received, but before we do, I want to talk about what Yelp has done. Yelp has already weighed in on this subject, and let's go ahead and read that for you. The business recently received increased public attention, resulting in an influx of people posting their views to this page. So we have temporarily disabled the ability to post here as we work to investigate the content. While racism has no place on Yelp, and we unequivocally reject racism or discrimination in any form, all reviews on Yelp must reflect an actual firsthand customer experience, even if that means disabling the ability for users to express points of view we might agree with. Now, if you are here to leave a review based on a firsthand experience with this business, please check back at a later date. What that means is that there were so many reviews left, probably negative reviews on Woody's Cheesesteak, that they disabled their feature to leave a review. This is costing Woody's. I mean, people live on these reviews, and it doesn't sit well with a business's bottom line if you cannot um, get ahead of this thing. And there was an opportunity giving before that presser that Darlene McCoy Jackson put out with her attorney. There was an opportunity. There was an olive branch, and it was rejected. Um, Now, let's get into some of the comments that we've received. Typically, I stay away from all this kind of stuff because today it's a cheesesteak, tomorrow it's going to be something else, right? And here's an example of that. I've got a reply from Mr. Joseph Ireland, and yes, I'm putting it out there because I want you to note the handgun that the man is holding. He says in his tweet, stop going to these establishments in non black areas, stay in your own neighborhoods, go only to restaurants with black personnel. Don't want you or your culture in certain civilized areas, society. Stay away and you won't have to deal with this, and they won't have to deal with you. So all it took was expressing a point of view on an incident that happened over a cheesesteak to bring out the guns. This is what you have to deal with. And thank you, Mr. Ireland, for showing us exactly what's at stake here. This is why something as simple as using an inappropriate term at a restaurant can lead to this kind of thing. Now, there weren't all nutbags like this commenting on the thread. There was actually a chance to get into some actual dialogue. And I've got another post here by a guy by the name of CP. That's all I'm going to say is CP. He says that the owner explained what the mix up was about, and I believe his explanation. However, the order taker needs his people skills tweaked a bit. But please don't cancel this guy, his business. And to that, I actually responded because, it was not a totally out of the question or out of the ordinary response. It wasn't disrespectful, but I had to check them. And here it is. Here's the distinction. The title of this thread was "Cancel Racism" and "Boycott Woodies," not cancel the business. Cancel the poor customer service. Cancel the disrespect. Cancel the racism. Now, if one can't exist without the other, so be it. But don't expect people who are offended by this incident to eat where they're not welcome. I personally hope that there's a resolution, but it doesn't look likely at this point. We had a lot of comments like that, and it was kind of telling. But the overwhelming majority of the comments, and I'm talking of over 152 in oh my goodness, in less than a few days, they were supporting Darlene Jackson, as we are going to continue to support Darlene McCoy Jackson, because quite honestly, you know, the whole thing could have been avoided just by practicing a little bit better customer service. Now, in addition to that, we've got to start respecting our own dollar. Um, this is an example of how you do that by staying on top of these kind of issues. Now, I'm not going to fault anybody if they, if they choose to go into patronize the business or whatever. But know that, if push comes to shove, and if you were in that situation, you would want somebody to have your back too. Go ahead and leave your comments, questions below. I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now, but I just wanted you guys to marinate on that. Yeah, there was a cost to making mistakes, as some people call them. I call them, this is a deliberate way of thinking. There's a cost to thinking like that, to thinking that you can just say whatever you want and offend whoever you want without having any consequences. Well, these are some of the consequences. Leave your comments below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for becoming, some of you guys, we are up to 360 subscribers, and we'll continue to try to pump out this content. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you very, very soon.